Jennifer caught COVID-19 during the first wave in Europe. A year later, she's still suffering.
Fevers, night sweats, difficulty breathing. There are days when just taking my son to school is completely exhausting.
But it's the pain in her chest which worries her the most.
On 3 separate occasions, doctors sent me to the emergency services. Each time I could barely walk because I was in so much pain. I was so out of breath. I had a high fever, and each time I was sent home with some paracetamol. I was told, it's normal, it's coronavirus. Basically, stop complaining, it'll get better.
Her symptoms haven't gone away. Instead, Jennifer has recently been diagnosed with a serious condition known as pericarditis, an inflammation of the tissue surrounding her heart.
Just this morning, I had an appointment at the American hospital in Paris. It cost me a lot of money, and I had to pay for all of it myself. I was told that I cannot be cured. The people who examined me before didn't take my symptoms seriously. I'm going to pay for their errors for the rest of my life.
Jennifer has joined a support group that's campaigning the French government to recognise long COVID as a major long-term illness. This would mean that the state will cover 100% of their treatment. Sufferers would no longer have to pay up front and wait to be reimbursed by Social Security or private health insurance, if they have it.
It's very expensive when you start making appointments with specialists. When your treatment is long-term, it costs a lot of money.
Diversity and length of symptoms, risk factors. Scientific researchers across the world are trying to understand the mysterious condition. Here in Paris, the COMPARE study is analysing data from 1,700 sufferers of long COVID.
We have identified 53 different symptoms. We're also interested in the condition's impact on quality of life. We found that sufferers feel very demoralized by their illness. It impacts their work, their family life. The next steps will be to look at how the symptoms develop and find an answer to a very important question. How long does long COVID last?
At Hospital Foch, just outside Paris, we meet Matthieu. The father of 2 is desperate to get his life back. He hasn't been able to work for the past year. But he feels fortunate because today, Matthieu has an appointment with a doctor who's using his experience of working with elite athletes to treat sufferers of long COVID.
Bonjour. Bonjour monsieur. Le but du jeu, c'est de vous essouffler, de voir comment ça se passe à l'essoufflement. Vous êtes prêts? Allez, c'est parti. 1, 2, 3.
Que ce soit les scanners thoraciques, bilan sanguin ou les gaz du sang chez le pneumologue, il n'y a rien qui est hors norme.
D'accord. Quels sont les symptômes qui vont mieux? Puis après, on parlera des symptômes qui sont toujours présents et qui vous embêtent.
The doctor says he's noticed that long COVID sufferers have inflammation problems similar to those of elite athletes who have overtrained, and medication can help.
Je vous entends, ce qui vous gêne le plus, c'est troubles de concentration, douleurs articulaires, fatigue. Donc aujourd'hui, dans les grands profils de patients Covid long qu'on a, pour ce type d'ensemble de symptômes, on est plusieurs à le faire, à prescrire des anti-inflammatoires.
Vous avez eu des retours positifs?
Ouais. Et je suis beaucoup plus optimiste depuis le mois de janvier.
As a sports doctor, he's also keen for Matthieu to continue exercising and undergo chest physiotherapy to improve his breathing.
On avait très peur qu'il y ait des lésions de tissus, des lésions d'organes, qu'en fait, c'est vraiment votre système de réglage intérieur qui a été détraqué par le virus. Il faut le remettre bien, il faut le rééduquer, il faut le réhabituer. Vous voyez les secrétaires, on va se revoir, je pense, juin-juillet. Hein? Très bien, au revoir.
But while treatment programs for long COVID are now being developed, finding the health professionals to make them into a reality is another challenge.
The official health authority has just published a treatment program. The only problem is that we need personnel to be made available: doctors, nurses, psychologists, nutritionists, physiotherapists. We need this in order to deal with the new emerging condition, on top of what we already do.
Nouvelle, en plus de ce qu'on fait déjà.
Matthieu is determined to get better and go back to work.
Dès que je vous quitte,
As soon as I leave you, I'll go straight to the pharmacy and pick up my medication.
motivé.
I'm really motivated. I really hope the medication will work and that I'll be able to rebuild my strength and get my life back.
Retrouver une vie normale.